Messenger.
Okay, tell them to be quiet.
I don't know why it's making any noise.
What's going on? We should have everybody back 5 by 5 now. Bless you.
It's me.
You're excused. We should have everybody 5 by 5. Let's see. That stupid glitch with Facebook just destroys everything. But luckily, we've got it down to like 2 or 3 minutes. Let's make sure we're live everywhere. It looks like we're waiting on Facebook to go live.
We are.
We are what?
We are live.
Okay. Be more specific.
We are live on Facebook.
Okay, that's good. All right, folks, we are 17 seconds on the other side of bringing you the show. Hang tight. Spreely, welcome. Glad you guys just got on. We'll see you in 3 minutes in just a few seconds. And folks, because we had a head fake, I need you to like it. Everybody, please. We got plenty of people on. Everybody like the damn thing because we had a head fake, which means that Facebook wasn't playing. So you got to hit the like button, whether you're on Rumble, YouTube, wherever. In fact, I refuse to start the show until I see those likes start skyrocketing. Got to see those likes go up because the show will be a complete dead stick unless everyone just spams like right now as hard as you can on the outside. Don't do it in Facebook. Do it on YouTube, do it on Rumble, do it on Twitter, do it on Twitch, do it on Facebook, everywhere. Just hit the like button real quick. Aha, there it is. All right, thanks.
What's up, everybody? It's Ryan Weaver. I am on the Don't Unfriend Me show, otherwise known as The DUM Show, with host Matt Spear. You guys can find the show at The DUM Show on social media or thedumshow.com.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me show with your hosts Matt, Leroy, Amy, Olivia and Mike. Geopolitics, military analysis and election coverage. Coming to you live on the Spreely.tv network and all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
So good to have you in my picture. What's going on there, Olivia Spear?
Oh, not much. Just typical Tuesday. Waiting for the game to start. Big game. Big game.
We've talked about this, and I've learned not to post any trash talk. I don't do that. I've learned, and I didn't post in any 95, 96 because I was in the military and I was in boot camp. We won the cup. I know I didn't post any trash on 2000, 2001 because I wasn't on Facebook and I wasn't on MySpace. So I didn't do it then. And I had a moratorium on it in 2022. So I've learned just not to trash talk. Don't trash talk. I mean, there's people here who are Toronto fans. There's people here who are Winnipeg fans. And I haven't said a word. And I'm not going to. Matt, check Rumble. Why am I checking Rumble?
Rumble's up, as far as I know.
Rumble's up. So here's the thing about tonight. You and I've talked about this. I'll share my thoughts and you can share your thoughts. I mean, people are pretty much honorary Avalanche fans if they don't like sports because we're Avalanche fans. So, they're like, we'll root for whoever you want because we just don't care. We do have some hockey fans in here. I have specifically not talked about the Winnipeg series for a reason. And because I wanted to remain humble, but out of all the series in the first round, the Colorado Avalanche were the most convincing and dominating team in every aspect of the game that the playoffs have seen probably in 20 years. There has never been a first round with two teams that are ranked 2 and 3 or respectively 4 and 5 that close, because 1 and 8 aren't close, 2 and 7 aren't close, 3 and 6 aren't close. 4 and 5 are literally separated by maybe 1 or 2 points. And you're talking about the best defense in Winnipeg and the best offense in the Colorado Avalanche. And Colorado won on the goaltending front, just absolutely just annihilated Hellebuck. Just annihilated him. He's a Vezina winner. He's the best goaltender in hockey. And I think he averaged 5 goals a game. Yes.
Yeah, 28.
Yeah.
28 goals in 5 games.
5 games. So pretty much 5 goals a game, 4.8 goals a game. And the Avalanche allowed, you had 7.
This is when we need E because he can remember.
No, I already know. And one of those was an empty netter. So you allow 6, then you allow 1, then you allow 2, then you allow 3, and then and then another 3 spot. So you're averaging 2.86, 2.9 a game. It's in the last 4 games, Georgie had a 1.96 goals against and had a 940 save percentage. It's incredible. So anyway, the point is defensively, offensively, special teams, every area, the Colorado Avalanche completely decimated the Winnipeg Jets. Just embarrassed them.
Kevin Strauss is a Rangers fan, and I think they're going to win the series.
Yeah, I think
they played a really, really good game.
Yeah, the Rangers are fantastic. They've won 5 in a row. They're the only undefeated team so far in the playoffs. Listen, when you have Shesterkin back there, he's in a fantastic goal. Shesterkin. He's in my opinion, Shesterkin is streaky and doesn't necessarily show up for the playoffs, but he has been playing lights out. You've got a very solid blue line. Your scoring depth is solid, but you got big bodies, big punish. There's really only one team that you guys can't beat in the NHL, and I believe it's the Avs. I think the Avs are hands down the most we'll find out tonight. That was my point. If we do to Dallas what we did to Winnipeg, then the Avalanche are going to be unstoppable. There's just that right there was the toughest series anyone played was Winnipeg versus the Avs. Everyone thought Winnipeg was going to win. Colorado dominated in every facet. If we do that even remotely to Dallas, which we did in the regular season to them, then the Colorado Avalanche is theirs to lose. The only thing that's going to stop them is injuries, knock on wood.
I need wood.
So need wood. I've got some wood for you. So anyway, so let's just see what happens tonight. All right, good. Now, and we had to get our hockey out. Guys, it's playoffs. You've been with me for almost 4 years. You know how this goes. We've got to talk.
It's playoffs.
Yeah, it's hockey season. Olivia, this is the thing is that people don't know your passion for hockey. Do you want to help people understand how much of a fan you actually are? So they think you just like hockey because you're my wife.
Oh, no. I never watched hockey until we got together. So I started watching hockey for you. But I've always been a sports fan. I grew up watching football with my dad. I played sports. So I've always liked doing stuff with sports, and I just really enjoyed hockey. And I probably know more about the game than 99% men out there.
Yeah, I think I don't think there's many people who know the game better than you do.
I took the time to study it. What I didn't know, I asked you. And you got me a whiteboard and you drew a hockey rink on it. And anytime I had a question, you would draw on it and show me what the answer was. And I studied the game and learned what it was all about.
And see, I see hockey differently than most people. Like, as a person who plays chess, sees moves 10, 12 moves ahead, that's the way I see hockey. Like, I can see a play forming 30 seconds before the goal scores. Olivia will tell you. I'll just be like, shit.
You can do that with baseball too.
Yeah, you're pretty good. Well, remember the time I called George Springer's home run?
And also Correa.
Yeah, and
when
Correa.
we were there.
Yeah, and Correa right there. And I'm just I'm like Crawford boxes. It was like the third pitch. He had three balls, and I said he's going to pitch him low into the inside, and Correa's going to turn on it. And I said Crawford boxes left field.
Everyone say a little prayer right now. The New York Yankees and the Astros are warming up. But Verlander's pitching, but I don't know if that's going to help.
Everywhere in our seats, it was funny. Everyone heard me say it, and everyone just like, you dude, like no fucking way. So anyway, so it's understanding the game and seeing little things. It's understanding pitchers, trends, or goalies, or whatever. But Olivia, hands down, 2 quick stories. We didn't have our pre-show, so we're gonna get it out now. Cheryl Lynn, happy birthday! Ready? Here we go. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cheryl Lynn. Happy birthday to you.
That was awful.
It was totally awful. You want to do it again? Hey, June.
Get Hayden up here.
Okay, so
Thomas says he's 57-year drought for Lord Stanley's Cup. Trying to figure out which team that is. It's got to be a Canadian team.
It's any Canadian team. Canada hasn't won a Stanley Cup in 32 years.
Is it the Leafs?
No, Liv. There's no Canadian team has won the Stanley Cup in the last 32 years.
No, I know, but his team, it's been a 57-year drought. So I'm trying to figure out which Canadian team it is.
It's the Leafs.
It's got to be the Leafs.
It's the Leafs. Yeah, of course it's the Leafs. Yeah. So the greatest line I ever saw was like, they're talking about like the best rivalries in hockey, and they're like Chicago and St. Louis, Avalanche and Red Wings, and then they're like Toronto Maple Leafs in the first round. See, I'm not talking shit. That wasn't me. That doesn't count. I was just okay. So Olivia quickly comes into the house, and I've told you about how she, I had all my paraphernalia everywhere. She didn't know what my favorite team was. And
I knew nothing about hockey.
And so that doesn't matter. I've already told that story, but this is the good one. So she's probably a couple weeks into hockey now. Like, she just saw Peter Forsberg literally score 5 goals and take over the game against Calgary when they were down 5-1. One of the best comebacks ever in hockey history. She's starting to get a taste for it. She's liking it, So she's, woo, 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 the Arsenio Hall when they score. So we're sitting there and we're watching Saturday hockey, and it's probably Calgary or the Red Wings or something, the Avs, and we're sitting down there, and I'm having a red beer because that's everything I drank during the weekends, and all of a sudden, Forsberg or Sakic or Hayduk or somebody just comes in and just does a toe drag and then just slides it right into the 5 hole, and Olivia goes, "God, did you see that? It was right in the 5th hole," and I'm like, "Honey, it's called the 5 hole." So, so for 20 some odd years, every time there's a 5th hole goal, we always say 5 hole, or 5 hole. See, every time there's a 5 hole goal, we call it the 5th hole.
Yeah.
So Ethan, we're sitting there one day and we're watching hockey, and Olivia's like, right in the 5 hole. I'm like, I know. Boom, we pound it, and Ethan goes, the 5th hole. And we're like, what? And he's like, it's called the 5th hole. And we're like, no, it's not. And he's like, yes, it is.
We didn't teach him the terminology.
I said, no, it's not. It's called the 5 hole. And he's like, you're wrong. And I said, no, you're wrong. We know hockey. It's not. And then Olivia's like, oh my God, it's because we always call it the 5th hole. And Ethan's like, are you telling me I thought it was the 5th hole all this time? And I've told all my friends, every time I score on my friends playing hockey, I'm like, hey man, right in the 5th hole.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. All right. Happy birthday, everybody. Let's get to it. We got a good show tonight. We want to get off early because we got a 9:30 game time. I don't know what's going on with the Boy Scouts. It's not called the Boy Scouts anymore, isn't it? Isn't it called the Scouts?
Scouts of America or something.
How stupid. I want to watch a show first. I did tonight's show. It's 10 minutes. And I think it would be a good idea. First, Olivia, tell them about Link, Tap, Go, and the DUM Show. All about it real quick, will you?
Yes. So Facebook has taken away our, rights manager, which was like 90% of our revenue from Facebook, which Facebook was our biggest revenue stream for the show. The show is funded by us and us only. We don't get paid by outside people. Sorry, did not mean to do that. No one pays us to do the show. So right now we rely on donations from lovely viewers like you. We also have the DUM Club, which is new, and you can do a 10.
No, just go to the dumclub.com.
Yeah, I won't go to that.
Anyway. And then tell them Link Tap Go.
And Link Tap Go. I'm actually going to post it right now.
So you can go to linktapgo.com.
The DUM Show.
And you got to focus. You can't.
Yes.
You're not done with your pitch. You can't post it. You got to finish your pitch now. So finish the pitch.
So go to linktapgo.com/the DUM Show, and you can
do what?
Tip there.
Or
donate.
If you tip, it will
show up on the show, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you donate, you can leave your name, and then we'll also catch it in the middle of the show, and we'll give you some props. So,
and if you don't want us to know who it is, you can put Ann on or
make up Daffy Duck or a funny name. Okay. Yes. And what else? We have a goal.
Oh yes, we have a goal, and the button's blocking it, so I can never see what the goal is.
$339.58 is what we've raised so far. We're looking for $1,500 this month is what we're trying to. And surprisingly enough, if we look at just the $1,500, more that a lot of that is bandwidth and charges and membership charges. So we're doing the bare minimum here. So if you could help us out, we'd appreciate it. And then last but not least, and we don't want to push anymore, we're just going ahead, and we always bring this up at the beginning of the show. If you donate, not only do you get accolades, you can join the DUM Club. If you're not about, hey, I don't like just giving money to something, I want to get something too. We understand that. There's the DUM Club where you can give monthly or annually, and there's a whole bunch of goodies that we give you on 3 different levels. And then last but not least, make sure you take care of your loved ones first. You take care of your friends and family. And as long as all those things are good and you've taken care of your local veteran charity, maybe we're someone you can also donate to as well. Okay? It's good. Okay. Much better the second time.
Thanks.
I had to jump in there.
I wasn't put on the spot 2 minutes before the show going, what?
I'm going to have enough teeth pulled in the future. I was just like, that was pulling teeth. So I had to jump in there.
Yeah. Sounds like there's a lot of May birthdays. Everyone's like, mine's May 20th.
If you are on
the 22nd.
If you're on the DUM Club and you have not told us your birthday, please do. Because we care about that and we want to say happy birthday. So if you got to let us know when it's your birthday so we can go ahead and tell you properly. All right. So thanks for taking care of us. We appreciate it. Hopefully you guys can help out this over the next couple of days because it's a little slow this month, just to be honest with you. We know you guys are giving as much as you can. Rafah.
And we appreciate it all.
We do. We always appreciate you. We understand. It's hard out there. It's Bidenomics. Let's go ahead and watch this. And this was a viewer named, you guys remember Boombox? He came on the show, I think Friday night, and he was saying some anti-Semitic stuff and was really laying into Jews. And we banned him. Well, he decided to come on the news today, and I had to do this show. It just released right before, so I'm pretty confident you guys haven't watched it. I'm going to go ahead and play it for you. Give it a watch, and then we can talk about it. Good afternoon. No, I'm not. Every farking time I forget to pump the audio. All right, here we go.
You need to put a sticky note on it.
Good afternoon, Donut Friendly Nation. I decided to. I was writing another show, and I decided to stop. And occasionally, you might see something on the internet that gets your blood up a little bit. Now, I was on the live show last Friday, and a gentleman named Boombox came in, and we banned him from the show because just anti-Semitic stuff. You can say whatever you want, but when you are, purposely just espousing lies, you're gonna be tossed. Well, he made his way onto the news channel as well, and he started posting more of this. And I have some of the things that he said, and I'm going to address them. And there's an interesting story in the front end of this, and I would ask you to stick around till the end. And I know a lot of people do that, but in this case, it's not that there's a surprise ending, but it kind of brings everything together. So I'd love for you to do that. I'll see you outside of 15 seconds. I'll be right back. Oh, yeah, Matt Spear. Hi. Still Point, STIILPOINT. Once again, this is Matthew Spear from the Don't Unfriend Me Show. And I want to tell you a little bit about a family history, but I also want to go ahead and dive into this Knuckleheads post. And as we do this together, I appreciate it. Albert's.
Thank you very much to whoever just donated.
That's Anon. Anon donated.
Anonymous.
Anon, thank you. Speer or Albert Speer, depending upon if you're talking about the Americanized version or the German version. The German version of Albert Speer is spelled different ways: S-P-E-A-R, S-P-E-E-R, and S-P-I-R-E-I-R. And no, S-P-E-A-R-S is Britney Spears. And yes, everyone has pluralized me since she came around, and I despise her for it. But Albert Speer, he was a key figure in Nazi Germany. He was known for being Hitler's chief architect and later the Minister of Armaments and War Production during World War II. He was born in Mannheim, Germany in 1905, and Speer joined the Nazi Party in 1931, and he quickly rose to prominence with his grand architectural designs. 1942, he significantly increased Germany's war production using forced labor. At the Nuremberg trials, Speer was one of the few Nazis who expressed remorse, although he denied knowledge of the Holocaust. He served 20 years in prison and subsequently died in 1981, not before having a son, Albert Speer. And this gentleman is my great uncle. And if you don't believe it, and some people don't, and that's fine, here is a picture of the original Albert Speer. Here is a picture of his son. And now to blow you away, here is a picture of my father. I've done the aging machines and done my own face, and I'm going to look like my dad when I get to his age. But the interesting thing is, this is the family history. And when you go back and you look, there's some not so proud moments. So I happen to know a little bit about Nazi Germany, considering that my family has ran from it for quite some time. There were some things that this man posted. The first thing was Nazi comes from the Hebrew word Nazi, meaning a wise man or leader. But the term Nazi is an abbreviation for Nationalist Socialist, which comes from the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Now, I'm going to try to pronounce this. The National Sozialistische Deutsche Arbeiterpartei is the NSDAP. Now, I probably butchered the German. Just because I have an uncle who was a great uncle who was a Nazi doesn't mean that I'm prolific at German. But it was founded in 1920, and the term was used pejoratively by opponents within Germany prior to World War II, especially noted in the German and foreign press. The assertion that it is derived from the Hebrew Nazi, meaning leader, is factually incorrect, and an attempt to create a misleading association. And this is what most people who are anti-Semitic and deny the Holocaust do. The next lie is that the term Nazi was labeled by Jewish leaders post-war. And the label Nazi was indeed used extensively during and prior to the war, but not posthumously coined by Jewish leaders. For instance, the anti-Nazi slogan, "Say no to Nazis," was used in the 1930s, demonstrating its usage during the era, which disproves the first point. Once you do that, the rest just unfolds. The comment that 6 million Jews were not killed, rather, the victims were mostly Russian Christians. The systematic extermination of approximately 6 million Jews during the Holocaust is supported by a plethora of evidence, including the... Thanks for becoming a subscriber, Mark. I've got to fix that damn thing. Oh, BK Boone.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for donating. Thanks for the subscribe. We love it. This is what we're talking about. Thank you, everybody, for helping. Wannsee Conference records from January 1942, where the final solution was detailed. The victims included diverse groups of Jews from across Europe, as extensively documented by wartime records and post-war research, such as the works of historians like Raoul Hilberg. The comment that Nazi camps were bombed by the Allies to fabricate evidence of the Holocaust. There is no historical evidence to suggest that the Allied forces bombed concentration camps to fabricate the Holocaust evidence. The camps were liberated by Allied troops who documented the atrocities they witnessed firsthand, with notable liberations including Auschwitz by Soviet troops in January 1945 and Dachau by American troops. Sherry says, I have some good news. 50% of my hubby's cancer cells are gone. The chemo pills are working, still no cure, and I'm taking him on a 6-week vacation to to see his adult kids after fighting with his doctors. That is outstanding, Sherry. God bless.
Great news.
If you're going to be in the Virginia area, let us know. Olivia want to buy you lunch or dinner or whatever. So God bless. Super exciting news. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. In April 1945, the SS was a Zionist Jew operation, and SS officers were required to be half Jewish. The Schutzstaffel, the SS, established in 1925, was Adolf Hitler's elite paramilitary organization, deeply involved in the war crimes and the Holocaust, according to the Nuremberg Laws of 1935. Jews were forbidden from holding any government position, which included membership in the SS, and claims that the SS officers were required to be half Jewish directly contradict Nazi racial laws and ideology. You're wrong. How about only Bolshevik Jews were targeted and encamped by the Nazis? Nazi policies targeted Jews indiscriminately of their political beliefs. This included all men, women, and children of Jewish descent. Documentation from the period, including the decrees from the establishment of ghettos like the Warsaw Ghetto in October 1940, shows that the persecution was ethnically, not politically, motivated. How about the entire Russian army was surrounded in 1943, and Germany could have easily won by taking Moscow, but did not due to withheld orders. The claim about the Russian army being completely encircled in 1943 and that Germany failed to take Moscow due to withheld orders is incorrect, but what do we expect from somebody who's gotten it all wrong so far? The Battle of Stalingrad, which was August 1942 to February 1943, it marked a turning point where German forces were decisively defeated. This was a major strategic failure for Hitler. It's documented in numerous military histories, such as those by Antony Beevor. Adolf Hitler was half Jewish, is the other comment, related to the Rothschilds. Of course, everything comes down to the Rothschilds. This widely debunked theory has no basis in the extensive genealogical research conducted on Hitler's family. Austria is more accurate, not Jewish. Historical studies, including those by historians like Ian Kershaw, show that Hitler had no Jewish ancestors at all. The Rothschild connection is a baseless assertion often found in anti-Semitic propaganda. Everything goes back to the Rothschilds, of course. They run everything in the world. 0.65% of the population being Jewish runs the rest of us, I suppose. The interesting twist in this story is not only that I have a great uncle who was a Nazi, but also my great-grandmother, Eva Schwartz, born in 1909. She exemplified remarkable courage and resilience as she fled Nazi Germany to escape the clutches of fascism. Her departure underscores her determination to find safety and freedom amidst widespread persecution. Although I never met her and I have no picture to show you to recall her by as well, her story is a significant part of the history that profoundly impacts me, highlighting the deep and lasting scars left by the Holocaust on both sides of the conflict. I don't appreciate people who come in and want to go ahead and get a few likes or draw some attention simply because they want to go ahead and espouse things that aren't accurate. This is the wrong page to do that. In fact, even though it might not be as popular as bashing Jews or supporting Hamas, we take a different approach here where facts are more important than your feelings and also more important than you being a complete dick. Well, that's certainly a way to start off. I don't understand what the hell's going on with, I think I said it when this whole conflict started. I said, people are about to tell you who they are and show you who they are, believe them. And I'm just amazed at some of the people who are coming out who just are openly pretending that they don't hate Jews. And they're just so freaking, they're so phony. And people are like giving him credit. Oh, you're so brave because, you challenge the establishment and you challenge the Jews. And I'm like, okay, you're really that brave. Then why don't you just say, I hate the Jews? Why don't you just say it? And then I'll be impressed. Then I'll give you credit. But like the Nazis who murdered the Jews by the tens of thousands and watch them go into the baths and watch them go into the gas chamber and watch them be raped and starved to death and watch their teeth be ripped out for money and their shoes be collected to absolutely defame them in any way they can and destroy their self-confidence and treat them like garbage, like the vermin they said they were. All those cowards during the Nuremberg trials cried like little bitches and completely tried to absolve themselves of their sins. Nazis, you know what, are probably the lowest form of life that I can ever through history describe to you. I respect terrorists more than I respect Nazis, because at least terrorists don't hide behind some guys. You know right away, once that vest clacks off, their dedication to their cause. And they will only deny it to have secrecy so they can kill more of you. Terrorists don't shy away from their beliefs because they want to remain popular or have, you know, some sort of income. They hide it so they can perform their jihad in a more effective way by deceiving you. I respect that more than the people who blatantly hate Jews and refuse to say it. People call me a Zionist, and I've been called a Zionist about as many times as I've been called a Nazi, which is interesting because the left calls me a Nazi and these alt-right pukes call me a Zionist. And all I can look and say, I'm neither. I'm a person who understands that war, unfortunately, has casualties. And this is Jerusalem, this is Israel, this is the, Judaism, this is every form of Jewish sentiment is prosecuting a war against terror. And we did it for 22 fucking years, 32 years, and nobody said a word. Israel has the exact same right. Everyone even said, I can't believe Israel. They didn't get involved in Iraq. They didn't get involved in Kuwait. Well, they're involved now, and they're fighting their war. And yes, we might be providing some arms and we might be providing some money, but they're most certainly fighting their war now. And we should just keep our hands off and let them do what they need to do. Any thoughts on this, Libby?
I despise the people who are acting the way they're acting. The protesters at the colleges, and they're acting like they're so high and mighty that their shit doesn't stink. And I think it's ridiculous. And I'm with you. You probably always hated Jews. You just needed a reason to show it.
There it is.
And I don't understand why. I guess I don't understand anyone who hates another person because of their color of their skin, because of their nationality, because of their religion. I don't get that. I don't understand why you would hate someone for that. I dislike people because they're assholes. And every single race, creed, religion, color has assholes in it. And those are the people I don't like.
Like Yankees fans.
Exactly. Or Nashville fans.
Yeah, Trashville.
Yes.
That is correct, Thomas. Yes, the United States asked Israel not to get involved. And the reason why is it because it would have created enemies of every Muslim country, and the United States would have had to put a base there. And they asked them not to get involved. But see, nobody from the anti-Semitic right or anti-Semitic left will say that. And that's the problem. Go ahead, honey. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I like Michelle's comment on YouTube right now. She said, what I still struggle with is how any American can have anything against the Jewish people. What have they ever done to deserve disdain like that? Very true. What have the Jewish people ever done to Americans? Nothing.
They have done things. So that's not true. The right will bring up the USS Liberty. Yeah, they sank a ship. Do you want to talk about the passenger liners that the United States shot down? Do you want to talk about the cruise ships that they shot down or sunk, and then the passenger liners that they shot down in World War II? Do you want to talk? We can talk about Mannheim. We can talk about Nagasaki and Hiroshima. We can talk about 300,000 in Iraq. The United States has done horrible things too, and so has Israel in order to survive. And most countries have to, unfortunately, get their hands dirty in a way that you don't want. But your your logic and methodology is that America is the greatest place on earth. But you also say that the Jews have run America since 1943. So how can America be the greatest place on earth when you have known nothing but Jewish tyrannical leadership and influence since you were born? So if America is the greatest place on earth, and you believe that, and the Jews took over in 1943 to run America, and the Rothschilds and all the investment bankers and the lawyers and the celebrities,
she's getting the cat because the cat won't leave me alone and she's driving me nuts.
Got it. So if that's true, and you're a 50-year-old person, 60-year-old person, 70-year-old person, you don't know any difference either. So therefore, when you espouse that America first, and it's the greatest country in the world, well, then you are espousing that Jewish tyrannical rule over the people of America, and the influence peddling that the Jews do makes us the greatest. You are as subtle as a truck.
She's my kid.
Go. So that's the thing that I don't understand is give me a break. You can't sit here and say that. And if America is the greatest country in the world since 1943, then it has a lot to do with Jews and not in spite of them. Make the argument. Another thing is, you guys vote for Donald Trump. You love Donald Trump. Donald Trump loves Jews. He did everything for the Jews. So
His daughter's Jewish.
Isn't he a race traitor too? Isn't Donald Trump a Jew sympathizer? Isn't he a Zionist too? You know who else is a Zionist? Jesus H. Christ. Last time I checked, God's a Jew. So he's a Zionist too. So let me get this straight. You guys hate gay people. You don't like black people. You only like Christians, but you're not a big fan of Catholics. You don't like Jews. You don't like Donald Trump. You don't like Republicans. You hate Democrats. You hate liberal. How about this? How about you guys? Your standards are so out of whack that nobody could possibly fulfill your expectations, because there is nobody pure anymore. There is nobody pure of heart. There is no pure skin color. There's no pure heritage. There's no soul that's pure. Everybody's tainted. And for you to sit here and pretend that somehow, because you have a little mustache and you wear a suit and you sit behind a green screen and you're 24 years old and you say anti-Semitic shit before everyone else did, and now you're the hero to the people who hate Israel, you're going to come and go as fast as any fad, as fast as Jordache jeans, as fast as 80s friendship bracelets, as Teddy Ruxpin and Cabbage Patch dolls and 8-track tapes, because you're only facilitating a cathartic reaction from people who hate, and that's non-sustainable. Eventually, that feeling of hatred will no longer give those endorphins that kick off. Those chemicals in the brain and the dopamine that kicks off from their instant gratification from shocking people with their hatred. Eventually that will dull and you'll need a new fix. You'll need something else to sustain your pitiful fucking existence. And when the Jews are no longer effective, who else are you going to go after? Who else is going to be your ire? Because that's the Nazis. The Nazis went after the Jews to begin, but then they went after the handicapped. Then they went after supposedly the Bolsheviks and the Jews. They went after lawyers. They went after scientists. They went after teachers. They went after people who were not pure Germans. They went after Russians and French. So the Nazis just didn't start with Jews and end there. They killed 6 million Jews, but they also murdered and killed another 5 million, including their own citizens. So when you hate, and once you've gotten all the people who you say you hate,
where does it stop?
Where's it stop? It doesn't.
Because you'll always make an excuse to hate somebody else.
That's it. There it is. Happy birthday, Bubba. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Follow my lead. 1, 2, 3.
You got to do the conductor thing. I can't see you from over the computer.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bubba. Happy birthday to you. Much better. You got the pentameter down, whatever the. Happy birthday, buddy. Okay, now that we've established that and we've done that, that's all I care about. Let's move into this. This video just drives me crazy. You want to talk about somebody who's anti-Semitic? Dr. Anastasia Marie Lupus. She's not a doctor. She is a freaking anti-Semitic douche plow. Okay? And honestly, one of the worst offenders when it comes to people who have made $2 million. So she has 2 million views in this video. She's already made $2,000 off this. One video, she's made $2,000. These people are raking in the money off of lies. So let's go ahead and watch this. I don't think I can play this song. I don't even know what the fuck it is, but I don't want to get copyright infringement. So the video starts off. They told us to move to the safe zone in Rafah. Yeah, they did. They did. And okay, this isn't what it was. They had 30 days to move to North Gaza to Al-Bala, which is the center of the country right here. And then they said that they were going to go ahead and create a demarcation zone and literally bomb the north. That's what they did. They gave them 30 days to exfil. The ones that didn't exfil, yeah, there were civilian casualties. That's what happens in war. Then they prosecuted that and literally leveled Gaza. Then it stopped. No. That's not what happened. This is complete bullshit. Then they brought him into Khan Yunis, told him to go to Khan Yunis. Then they told them to go to Rafah. And then they went and told them that at this point, all civilians should be out. And anyone who isn't is unfortunately going to face the full Israel force. So they went ahead and moved to Rafah. They forgot South. This isn't what's happening. This is such bullshit. They are not targeting civilians. And how I know this is because the death to civilian to combatant ratio, the combat to civilian death ratio is the lowest in recorded history for any open conflict. Do you believe that the United States was this indiscriminate and completely careful in what we did in Iraq? You're insane. Did anyone see what happened in Baghdad?
How many civilians did we kill in Hiroshima and Nagasaki?
Oh, yeah. I mean, considering that we targeted civilian populations, there were no militaristic threats in Nagasaki and Bikini Island. It was an absolute message to the emperor and the ruling council of Japan that we will indiscriminately kill every one of you. Aren't the Palestinians Semites also? Well, there's no such thing as Palestinians. So there's no such thing as Palestine. There's Israel, and then there's Gaza and the West Bank because they were conquered. I'm sorry. So just like, there are Native Americans, but to say, are Native Americans the owners of North America? No, they're not. And surprisingly enough, out of all cultures, the United States is one of the only ones that didn't completely obliterate an enemy of our state. The United States allowed the Native Americans to live. If you believe that Persians allowed Romans to live, you're mistaken. If you believe the Vietnamese didn't take political prisoners for advantageous reasons and ceremoniously murder and kill them, you're not following the right thing. If you think the Japanese kept prisoners and did not eradicate them or use them as leverage, the point is, you can talk about Genghis Khan, you can talk about Julius Caesar, you can go throughout history, and when you conquer a nation, you usually kill everyone there, or you put them in slavery. I'm not saying the United States did a great job. I'm not saying it's a good thing. What I'm saying is that Native Americans are here in the United States because the United States government allowed them to live. And then they subsequently have been trying to kill them ever since. So I'm not defending the United States government. But what I'm saying is if you say, are Palestinians Semites? Yes, they're Semites, but they're not Palestinians. They are what they've always been, vagabonds and an amalgamation of Arabs that originated not from the Philistines, they're Arabs, from Turkey, from Egypt, from Jordan. And they are vagabonds and gypsies that matriculated into what is known as Israel. Now, was there a Palestine? Absolutely. But it wasn't always Palestine from the sense of what you know when the Romans in 1830 to Syria, Palestina. Before that, people like to go ahead and say the Palestinians were the Philistines. And that's where they get their ancient history from the Canaans and the Jesuits in Judea, where the Israelites were. The only problem with that is the Philistines aren't Arabs. When they look at the overall blood lineage of Philistines, a lot of it was Middle Europe and the Aegean Sea, which would be the Greeks. They're not even Arabs. So when you talk about the Philistines, whether it be the Romans or the Persians or the Arabs who ethnically cleansed the Philistines and essentially completely scattered them out around the area, those are not the Palestinians. And just because Philistine and Palestinians sound the same, they were used in more of a ceremonial title and not actually any lineage to the original Philistines who populated the land. That has been the land of Judea. That was the Canaanites. That was the Jews. And they have owned that land for 3,000 years. And yes, they were absolutely dispersed and conquered, and other countries came in and pushed them out. There's no doubt. And then what did they do? They took it back. And now they're doing it again. So, I don't know what to tell you. If you didn't want this to happen, well, then you probably shouldn't have murdered, raped, and decapitated 1,800 Jews. I'm just telling you.
I would like to talk to these people and ask them their thoughts on 9/11 and what they think about 9/11. And do they agree that we had the right to defend ourselves? And if they agree with that, then they're hypocrites. Because it was a terrorist attack on Israel. They don't mention that. They don't care.
It's true.
And they're all hypocrites. And if they are so pissed, then go over there. Go help them fight the Jewish people. Go help them fight Israel, and let's see how far that gets you.
All Arabs are Semites. I mean, so it's not just for Jews, but that's not the point. Anti-Semitism is predominantly associated with Jews, and that's just the way it works. Now, you can say anything you want. And you can go ahead and make any label that you want. Just like the word bigot has been changed. It was religious ignorance, essentially, and religious doctrine being forced upon people who didn't agree with. That was bigotry. Now the word's been changed. But when you want to talk about anti-Semitism, yes, it is overall, assigned the moniker to the Semites. But when you own 98% of the land in the Middle East, it's kind of hard to say that you're subjugated to some sort of persecution. Muslims are not a persecuted people around the world. They do a lot of the persecution. And in the United States, they own 9% of the hate crimes against them, yes. But a lot of that is in retaliation for Christian hate crimes that Muslims do on Christians and Catholics. Jews are the number one most hated religion and group of people in the United States based upon race and religion. Transgender people are based upon delusion. I'm sure that's going to get me a strike. But there it is. So, question, why is it that mainstream media and activists not asking the question, why isn't Egypt taking in refugees or any other Muslim nation in the area? They tend to leave that out of that reporting. Well, because the Muslims, if you ask most Muslim people, and you ask them about the Jews, they'll tell you, they say, we're not fond of the Jews, and the Jews aren't fond of us. But that land is between Jews and Muslims. That's it. And the Palestinian people are not a nation. And it's the nation of Islam that focuses on Jerusalem and the Holy Land with their religion and the coming back of, not the coming back, but the arrival of Allah will happen in the Holy Land. And the Nation of Islam believes that. And obviously the Jews believe that the second coming of Christ will happen in the same place. And that is the contestation between Muslims and Jews. And most Muslims will tell you, like I said, we're not fond of the Jews, but this is a fight between us. And the claim on the land of Israel is between the Muslim people and the Nation of Islam and the Jews and the state of Israel, period. Palestine isn't even in the conversation. So when people want to talk about the Palestinians in particular, their history is almost as short as Israel. But when you want to talk about Syria and Palestine, that's different. When people bring in the Philistines, which are not Palestinians, and in no way, shape, or form is there any historical connection between the two. Now, there's bloodlines, but you also have Israelis or people from Judea or Canaanites or Persians that were also showing bloodlines into what you would consider to be the nomads or the Philistines. But that doesn't make the group of people Philistines. And for people to say that the Jews left Israel and they were completely gone, that is absolutely not true. The main focus of the Palestinians during the Roman empires when they were exiled focused on the western side of Israel against the sea. That's why the river to the sea comes up. That's where they matriculated and decided to create their overall society. But Jews were all over Israel. They were northern Israel, southern Israel. I mean, you want to call it Palestine? Fine. Northern, South Palestine. They were on the West Bank. They were everywhere. They were spread out. And there were groups. So not all Israelis left Israel, or not all Jews would be the better term, because it wasn't Israel at that time. But see, that's the problem, because people look at a name. Then if that's true, then Turkmenistan isn't a country. The United States isn't a country. South America, you can go look at Rio. You can go, Brazil is not a country. Colombia is not a country. France, England, because they weren't always called such. And just because you didn't see it on a map doesn't mean it didn't exist. Palestine did not exist as Palestine, the name Palestine. And Palestinians did not exist prior to 1830 in the way that you are describing them. The claims to the land by the Jews are 3,000 years old, and the Philistines may have a claim to that territory, but there are no more Philistines. They have been matriculated into every group and every society. And why they will not take the Palestinians into Egypt, into Jordan, into UAE, into Saudi Arabia, there's a simple reason. Because they're not recognized by the Muslims as people who have a code, as people who have a claim to live there. You only see terrorist group support. You've seen very few countries outside of Yemen, outside of Egypt, not even Egypt, UAE and Qatar. Even they are very hesitant to say that the Palestinians have a claim to Israel. Muslims don't agree with that. Muslims say we have a claim to it, but the Jews don't. But the Palestinians don't. So if we're gonna play jokes with this, and we're gonna go ahead and do this type of, Israel wasn't on a map before 1940, then we can play this game all day long. Someone says only 68. Shadow ban much? No, I'm not shadow banned at all. Honestly, surprisingly enough, to have 220 some odd people on between Rumble and all the other channels, and this is, it's because the live shows aren't pushed out to a large group of people. There's too much competition. Can you imagine how many live shows simultaneously are going on as we are? And unless we have a predetermined audience, you just can't break that algorithm. And let's do an example. You may look at Benny, and he has 2 million followers, right? So he has an average of 1,500 to 2,000 people on. Well, I'm on pace. I'm shy of 200,000 followers, and I got 125. So you times that by 5, that would put me at 1,000 to 1,200 with his audience, maybe a little less. So it proportionately, it works. It sucks, but it works. I would love to. And there's times when we have 800 people on. There's times where we've had 700 people on. During the bridge collapse for the Francis Scott Key Bridge, we had 760 live? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was Facebook alone. So, hey, you want to help? Share it. Come by every night at 7 o'clock on the weeknights. All right, so last thing. This is the position of the White
Put
House.
more than 1 million.
When it comes to Rafah, Joe Biden has done his thing that he loves to do. Don't. Could your Facebook issue be due to the fake show account? No, the fake show account has 11 followers. That has no issue on me at all. No.
Oh, by the way, I guess apparently somebody has tried to clone my account and is asking for personal donations or something like that. It's totally not me. I very rarely post on Facebook, and I would never ask for personal donations except for on the show. So it's not me. So I also just changed my cover photo. So we'll see if that whoever's trying to imitate me can change it up that quick. But
so
ridiculous.
Just folks, we will never ask you for money. And the only time we do is obviously donations, and it's through this show. So when we're live, that's when we'll ask for it. So if you have, by the way, you can go to linktapgo.com/thedumshow to help us out. We are 100% funded by you, the viewer. So if you would not mind, we'd appreciate it. But yeah, we don't do that. And so if you get any contact, and if any of the Dumb Club members get an email from Terry Littlepage, he's Spreely, and he works with me. So everyone, no problem, just relax. But if you go to Olivia Spear, now please use your discretion. If it's Olivia with 400 friends, you're going to have to stop because that's her. But if you got somebody with 5 or 6 friends and they don't have a history, this is why. I blocked that Don't Unfriend Me page so they can't get my updates anymore, so they can't use my contact. So every time you see them, just report them. Remember, the Dumb News is ours. And remember, at the Dumb Show is us. Anybody that's he's not named the Don't Unfriend Me Show, by the way. He's named 196,000 likes and like 196,000 follows and 150,000. He just copied my stuff and he called himself the Don't Unfriend Me Show. You can call yourself anything, but to have an @ tag, it has to be the name of the Don't Unfriend Me Show, and his @ tag is not. His @ tag is like @90,000 and 150K likes. So look for that type of stuff. Okay, don't worry. I'm all on top of these guys, and honestly, all it does is help my profile. So continue to make all the fake pages you want. It just gets me more exposure and it makes my dinky longer. Listen to this. The White House's position on Rafah. They fervently told Netanyahu not to do anything, and then I'll show you what Netanyahu decided to do. Watch.
We've made clear our views about operations in Rafah that could potentially put more than 1 million innocent people at greater risk. During his call with Prime Minister Netanyahu, the president again made this clear. He also made clear that we continue to believe that the hostage deal is the best way to avoid that sort of an outcome while securing the release of those hostages. And as I said, those conversations continue. We've made clear our views about operations in Rafah that could potentially put more than 1 million innocent people at greater risk. During his call with Prime Minister Netanyahu, the president again made this clear.
So once again, Joe Biden has decided to flex his influential might, and this is the response from Netanyahu. Let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. Here's Netanyahu's response to the terrorists in Rafah. Who? Let me get this straight, okay? So let's do this first, okay? So here's what happened, okay? 17 years, Hamas has launched over 100,000 missiles into Israel, okay, Liv?
Okay.
Killing plenty of Israeli citizens. Over the last 17 years, you're looking tens of thousands of people who've been killed. So you put in the Iron Dome. The United States comes in, uses the Patriot missile. They use some new system technology and create the Iron Dome for them to stop these strikes, right? Mm-hmm. Great. So 17 years, Western civilization and Western ideology comes into Israel and says, listen, you need to stop fighting with the Nation of Islam. You need to stop fighting the Arabs. So we want you to stand down. We're going to give you this missile system. It's going to stop these terrorist groups and these proxies, and you're going to be fine. Just start making peace. So they do that. Then Biden and Obama come in and completely neglect and ignore Israel, putting Netanyahu on the back burner, supporting Iran, giving pallets full of cash to Iran. So what happens then? Well, Donald Trump comes in. Donald Trump goes to Netanyahu. He completely stifles Iran. He completely cuts aid. He shuts down UNRWA. He shuts down any type of of dollars and assistance going to proxy groups. He punishes Iran and puts trade embargoes on Iran and puts sanctions against Iran, which impacts their overall dollars and breaks Iran's back, and Jews are happy. During that time, from 1997 all the way up into 2022, Israel is attacked hundreds of times by terrorists and proxy groups. So what do? They get the Abraham Accords, Liv.
Okay. Sorry, the kids.
Not important. They're not a lot. They're nobody's dying. And then I'm going to ask you a question. You're not going to know what we're talking about. So I can stop. Why don't you do your thing? Check your phone, and then we can come back. Just tell me to stop, please, because I'm going to ask you questions. You're not going to know anything I'm saying. So check your phone real quick. Check it. Get it done. Sorry, it's a show, right? This isn't, Betty Crocker Homemaker.
Well, apparently the kids need me. They're both asking me to come.
Hayden and Ethan, come here, please.
No.
Kids. No, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just like, this is a show. Like, we're doing a show. This is work. We don't. What do you want?
What do you guys need?
Ethan needs something with the computer.
I need to know what you need.
What do you need?
No, right here. Why are you interrupting the show? Once again,
I'm on the show.
Why
so
are you
interrupting
interrupting
me.
the show? Roblox isn't working. Okay. I don't care. Okay? Is there anything else? Okay, get out of my
The
office.
cat's in here, please.
And do
don't
not
close the door.
interrupt the show again, please. Thank you. Unless there's an emergency, I expect more from you. What are you doing?
Just getting the cat
He was
again.
like- I wasn't paying attention. I was cleaning the kitchen. He was like, I need the password. And I was like,
Get the cat.
I don't know why I would know his password.
I was like, well, Ethan, you should know your password. It's your password.
He's on my list anyway.
And he was like,
Hold on, everybody.
and he was like,
Ethan, come here.
he was like, can you text mom? So I tried to do the forget the password.
Yeah.
We don't have his email.
Okay, spit it out.
We don't have access
Okay,
to
get out.
his
Get out.
email.
I've had enough of you two. Hey, Roblox is down right now. Hello? You can thank JD for that. Ethan, server is down at the moment. Oh, thanks for interrupting the show. We're at your leisure. It's only paying for all the things like All-Star Baseball and birthday presents. No big deal.
You know what? Give us donations for a date night so we can get away
Oh,
from them.
please. God, yeah,
for
we
the
need
love of God.
please, we need
I don't-
donations.
To be honest, I don't think we
Please.
have been on a date in like two
Please. We
2
need
years.
linktapgo.com/the dumb show so we can just like
We need a weekend away from the children.
please help us. Help. Let us out.
To be honest, I think the viewers like seeing the real family, the kids coming in.
Yeah, they do. And you guys don't. Okay, for the one person, it could be like, how dare you talk to your kids that way? You have no idea about the relationship with my children, and you have no idea what type of an attentive and loving father and mother that we both are. We do it with a smile in our eyes that you can't see. All right. So to finish this, unless there's any other interruptions, do we have anything else?
No.
Nothing else is going on that I need to know about. Okay.
No.
So the whole point is that this is the line of what took place. We allow 70,000 work furloughed Palestinians, for a better word, Gazans, to come into Israel, and they're on work releases, even though there's barbed wire around Gaza and West Bank. And the reason why there is, and there's walls and there's essentially demarcation lines and demilitarized zone, is because they constantly attacked Jews. So they started using rockets to do this. Now, all the copper pipes we would send in, all foreign aid, all of that Israel would give them, they would use to create munitions or use the fuel to supply their generators underneath the tunnels, et cetera, et cetera. So they would constantly hit Israel, okay? So they sent over 70,000 for 2 years, almost 3 years. They would take photographs of weak spots. And these citizens, these innocent people, found weak targets, so when they decided to attack and kill Jews, they would have the intelligence. 90% of the adult community of Gazans believe that Israel should be eradicated from the earth. These people are not innocent, they're complicit. So the ones that have not left and fled, Let me ask you a question. Canada starts shelling Virginia. How quickly do you think I'm going to be out of Virginia with you guys?
In a heartbeat.
Any means fucking necessary.
Yeah.
By air, by sea, by plane, by ground, by train, I would be out of here. Okay? So that's it. So don't give me this crap. So so what they do is they kill 1,800, rape women, take American hostages, take Jewish hostages in probably the most inclusive fucking place in the Middle East, which is Israel, who has Muslims, Orthodox, homosexuals, black, white, brown, green, and different working in the government for Israel, and has one of the most eclectic groups of people from religious beliefs to color to ideology who live in Israel. It's one of the most advanced Western civilizations in the Middle East. And they say, okay, well, we're going to attack and we're going to kill them. Then they run and they say, whoa, 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 whoa. We don't want to do this again. Let's stop. Let's have a ceasefire. And Israel says, okay, fine. Holy crap. Thank you so much. Lee gave us a $99 super chat from YouTube. Hopefully, YouTube should pay that out. YouTube's a pain in the ass, but thank you so much, Lee. We greatly appreciate that.
Thank you very much, sir.
I'm gonna put that into here because that should be put in there. Thank you, Lee.
Thank you, sir.
You're the best. It looks like we got another one. Hold on. Yep, we did. We got another one. Hold on. There it is. Melanie, thank you so much. You are the best. We appreciate you. Look at that.
Thank you,
Melanie,
Melanie.
you're awesome. 26 hours.
We just need to do this more often. Have the kids come in.
Yeah,
and
we need to play
beat
pity.
kids and then play pity for a date.
Ethan, come in here and limp. So my point is that they strike, then they go ahead and do the proxy, then no, I don't want to do this anymore. I hate to say this to the Palestinians, civilians who are in Rafah. Israel is literally days away from closing argument on this prosecution. Thank you, Lee. And they are going to end this. Nothing is going to stop it. So hunker down because more of this is on the way. And honestly, Hamas could have surrendered at any time and freed those hostages and this would have been over. But nope, they decided to play grab ass and Israel said no. And I told you this was going to happen. I told you before all of the media told you that Israel was going to unleash holy hell and literally level everything. And guys, go back to my show on October 7th. I was the only one who said it. I said the Jews are going to take off the frickin' restraints and they are going to be Jews again. And they are going to kill everyone. They're not going to listen to the United States. They're not going to listen to any Arab countries. They are going to absolutely kill them. Oh my God. Ethan!
What just happened?
I'm going to kill my son.
What'd he do?
I can't. Okay. Are you resetting your Google password? What? So someone's hacking your account. Get in here. Did you try to reset your password, Ethan? No. Then why does it say spear.ethan just tried to use his Google verification code to reset his address?
Get Hayden. She tried to
Get Hayden. Fine. Hayden! Stay here. Look like you have a limp. Get over here. Look like you're disabled.
Oh, that's not hard.
We need money for our son. Look at him.
Just call him Tiny Tim.
Look at Tiny Tim. Oh yeah, he looks bad. He needs facial reconstruction.
I could tell
you
what
get over
happened
here
on Sunday night.
What is this? What's going on with Google verification?
Well, I tried to get his thing for his password for Roblox.
You had a chance to talk. Zip it. Go ahead, Hayden.
I tried to get his password for Roblox because he couldn't get access into Roblox. He didn't know the server was down. So I did the forget password thing. I typed into his email and then a verification code got sent. So I tried to log into my email and get the verification code by logging into his account, and it wouldn't let me because it needed another verification code, and then it sent the verification code to you.
How many times can you say verification code in a sentence?
Get out of my
I
office.
bet you I could say it more.
Get out of my office.
it.
Get out of my
Yeah,
office.
spell it. Hey, spell gorilla.
Okay,
Spell gorilla.
VA for verification. Get out. You are dumb as you're dumb as a brick.
Wait, no, gorilla is G-O-R. I don't know.
Get out.
My God.
G-O-R-E-L-L-A.
It's not
They're
E,
your
it's
children.
I. It's E-E. That's guerrilla warfare, not guerrilla. Oh, it's not racist. Sorry, that's not racist. Don't.
G-O-R-I-L-L-A.
Get out of here. Leave. Leave. I don't know what they're.
I could tell. I don't know. That.
She's like, oh.
I could tell them what happened on Monday morning. My God.
What happened Monday morning?
Monday morning, 2:15. Ethan comes into the room. Mom, I just threw up. I'm like, oh, okay, great. So I get out of bed. He missed the hardwood floors in the hallway by a foot.
Missed
Threw up.
it by that much.
That much. And on top of that,
Thank you,
very much,
Amy.
Amy. And on top of that, he gets a bloody nose. So when I come in and I see the pile, there's blood in the pile. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm freaking out thinking he's thrown up blood. And he's like, no, I just had a bloody nose. Took me like 30 minutes to clean it up because it's on carpet.
And I supported Olivia by having one of the best dreams that I've had in a long time and was very comfortable in the bed. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was.
Well, you wanted to be the woman. So anyway.
I wanted to be the woman? The hell does that mean?
You were born this way, right?
I
You made
really
the choice.
didn't have much of a choice.
You woke up and you're like, I'm going to be a girl.
That was my parents. They decided all that.
So anyway, now that we're going to go ahead and bounce back, thank you for all the donations and help. Don't stop. Our kids are mentally retarded and they need all the help they can get.
Need some serious help.
We need to get some serious. We need some helmets, new helmets.
Oh, yes, new helmets.
So this is what Netanyahu's doing to Rafah. This is how they listen to Biden. Okay, here it is. Pretty simple. Maybe next time you will reconsider killing Jews. Gives a whole new meaning from the river to the sea, huh? It's more like from the north to the south, and now you ain't got nowhere to run. So enjoy that, Hamas. Enjoy it. Oh, we got somebody coming in. All right, caller, where are you from? Caller, where are you from? Bishop, California. Well, that means that this is who?
Annie Putnam.
Annie
Glenn
Putnam
Hi,
from
Annie.
Bishop, California. Did you know that Glenn was from? Now you know Glenn, don't you, Annie?
Yeah, he's my friend.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Annie, you want to talk about something? What you want to talk about? First of all, love having you on the show. You always have good stuff to say. So I'm expecting a really good call here because my kids just came in and lessened the show. So go ahead, Annie.
Okay. I want to make a donation, and I can't figure out your system.
Oh God,
I'm
Annie.
old.
You're not old. You want to do it together?
Sure.
Can you turn down your other source of TV or something? Is that possible?
Yeah, I forgot
Okay.
about that.
Don't worry. Okay, now I don't want you to say any credit card number or anything like that, okay? So don't say anything like that because we don't want to give it away. Have you been to linktapgo/the DUM Show?
No, I don't. I'm not online. I do it over my phone,
Wonderful.
and I don't know how to do all that stuff. I'm old.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna give you a link right now. Hold on a second.
What's a link?
Like a URL. Have you ever been on? You've been on the internet. You've opened up. What type of phone do you have? First of all, that'll help.
Cell phone.
What type of cell phone?
What type?
Yes. Is it
I
a
don't know.
Google? Is it a Google phone? Is it an Apple phone? Is it? Do you know
I think
which
it's
type?
an Apple phone.
Cool. It's an iPhone. Okay. So that's easy. There's a little blue circle. It's called Safari. And that's where you open up to go. And maybe you want to go to your search engine and go to Google, or you might want to go ahead and look at the news, or you go to the DUM Show. You're familiar with that. It's called Safari. Do you know what that is?
No, I'm trying to find it.
Don't worry about it. What you can do is in the middle of the phone, put your thumb in the middle of the phone lightly and pull down. It's going to open up a search bar. You can type in Safari. And it should open up. It's wherever you go on the internet. Do you have a website you go to? Any website that you ever go to?
No, I do this on Facebook.
Okay. So you know websites? You've never gone to a website?
No.
Okay.
I'm old school.
Don't worry about it. There's nothing wrong with being old school. We're going to figure it out together. Okay. On your phone, have you ever been to a website? Ever?
I don't think so.
Okay. So you have an iPhone and you don't know how to find the little app called Safari. Is that correct?
No. Right.
Okay. Go to the front page of your phone where all your apps are. And I want you to look, and there should be a little white circle with what looks like to be a blue compass. It's a light baby blue compass. It's got a white arrow pointing south and a red arrow pointing north, and it looks just like a little cartoon compass. Do you see that?
No.
Yeah. Okay, I know.
I've
I know.
got Chrome,
No.
Camera, Weatherbug, Wonderground, Messengers, Gallery.
Oh, you got does it say Messenger?
Well, it's my messages.
Do you know what Internet Explorer is?
What?
Okay. It's not. I'm just asking questions, trying to jog memories here. Hold on. I'm going to figure this out with you.
You could send her a message with the link.
No. This is easier. Okay. Take a look at the screen. Can you watch the show at the same time? Can you see the show right now or no?
No.
Son of a bitch. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. Annie, do you have email on your phone?
Email, calculator, Chrome.
Wait,
No.
you have Chrome? Did you just say Chrome?
Yeah.
Okay, you have an Android phone. Click Chrome. Open up Chrome. Now we're getting somewhere.
Okay.
Now, when Chrome's open, let me know.
It's open, but there's nothing on it.
Don't worry about that.
Oh, there it is.
There's a little spot that you can put up there where it's HTTP // www. It's the internet, right? So www, where you would put in the address, the URL to get on the internet. Do you know where that's at?
No.
Okay. So you've never been on the internet in your life.
A long time ago, and I can't remember what I was doing.
That's great. You know what's great? I did this for 5 years. I have helped hundreds of thousands of people. With Apple, I can help you. But we're just going to have to be super patient. Here it is. You can't see the screen. Oh, son of a bitch shit. Here's what Annie, are you, I need your phone number. Do you have my email by chance? No, you don't.
No.
Hold on a second. Let me see if I can.
I can give it to you.
No, you cannot. Not over this. You want everyone? No. I got you.
Okay.
Hold on. Annie, you've given me money before. It's Glenn. Glenn did it for you.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna figure this out. Have you ever bought a shirt? Have you ever bought a shirt from us?
No.
Okay. Do you have a computer at home?
No.
You just have your phone.
Just my cell phone.
Okay. Do you see where you see Chrome and you opened it up, right? There should be what looks to be a long pill type. It's like an oblong circle, and it should have, like, what page are you on right now? Look at the web page you're on. Tell me what's on it. What does it say? Don't say Pornhub.
att.net /
Perfect.
!client.
Fantastic. See where it says that? I want you to push your thumb or put your forefinger and just your index finger and just touch where it says AT&T Net, and it should highlight all of that area, and you're going to delete that. Do you know how to do that? No.
I'll just try it. It's not doing nothing.
Glenn, where's Glenn? How about we do this?
I don't know.
How about we do this?
I'll just get Glenn. Yeah, next time I see Glenn, he's in Arizona right now visiting his grandkids.
Have you called in? Wait a second. Do you know how to call into the show, Annie? Have you ever done it? Not dialing the phone number, but using. No, because you don't know how to get on the internet. Annie, this is. Yeah, but you've already called me. You have a Google.
Oh yeah.
Does she? Okay. Do you have Facebook Messenger?
No.
Are you on Facebook or YouTube or Rumble?
I'm on Facebook.
Okay.
Then she's gonna have access to Messenger.
So send her a message on Facebook with the link tap go the DUM Show. Okay. So she can click the link and it will open the window and then she can go to tip from there. Here's the thing. It's going to be really hard for you to do this because you don't have PayPal set up or anything. So Annie, what we're going to have to do is have a really high level of trust with each other. And after the show, you're going to call me and I'm going to set it up for you. You're going to give me your email. You're going to give me stuff like that. And then I'm going to set it up for you. And you're either going to have to trust me and know that I would never harm you. But I also...
Well, my problem is I don't remember what my email is. And I don't know where it's at.
I'll have to create it. I'll have to create it. I can create you another email. We'll figure it out. Listen, Olivia and I used to work for AOL. We can figure this out together. But maybe what I just do is I set you up a PayPal account. We do it over the phone, and then I'll teach you how to get into it. Does that make sense?
Okay.
I appreciate you. And you know what? I thank you so much. The fact that you're willing to jump through these hurdles to do this is incredible. I can't thank you enough. But we will figure it out and we'll do it together.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Appreciate you so much. Thank you for calling us. We'll figure it out together. Let's jump off this at some point and then we can make a phone call when Glenn gets back and we can all do it together, okay?
Okay.
All right, Annie. You're the best. Thanks, kiddo.
Right.
Bye. Mm-hmm. It's so hard if you don't know technology, it's so freaking hard, you know? And I mean, you're talking about somebody who doesn't know how to do the most basic things. So it's easy for us to say, hey, just go online or create a new email or do this, but it ain't that easy. And luckily I've been in this my whole life and I've done customer service. So what we'll do is we'll get offline and then I will help her do it. Just a couple other things. And then we are going to shove off and get ready for the game tonight. Olivia, yes. I want to know what you think of this.
Okay.
I'm not even going to set this up. I just want you to listen to this.
And young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know.
This is Kathy Hochul. She's the governor of New York. Listen to this shit.
Okay.
Young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things. And I want the world open up to all of them. Because when you have their diverse voices innovating solutions through technology, then you're really addressing society's broader challenges. Young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things.
It's just about the same as when they said it was racist to require IDs to vote because black people don't know how to get IDs. It's about the same thing.
How racist can you possibly be? We had Annie, who is an older lady, and she at least has a phone. You can't tell me that she's any more behind the times than the Bronx. Really? Queens? These aren't third world countries. You can't tell me African American kids are not privy to technology. They don't want video game systems. They don't want phones. They don't see friends with phones. They don't use computers at school. I mean, did you literally just say that black people, not only can they not get IDs, but now they can't get technology?
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
About like that.
Well, here's my thoughts. If they can't do that, well, then they can't drive. And if they can't drive, they can't work. And if they can't work, then how long are Democrats going to just propagate this bullshit that African Americans are too stupid to take care of themselves? And I just don't understand how many times they have to say this before black people go, you know what? Screw you, whitey. I don't need your handout. I don't need this stuff from you. When does it happen? Because I don't understand. But to sit here and where are the black leaders in the Democrat Party not calling her out and saying, what did you just say? Yeah, I don't understand. Here is the last thing for tonight, and then we're going to go.
Oh, my nonsense.
Nancy frickin' Pelosi.
Madam Speaker, how are you?
Who looks like
an orange or tangerine.
She looks like a Score candy bar. Here it is. She must like Donald Trump. Here she is.
The orange woman cometh.
Yeah, orange woman cometh. Not for at least 50 years. Trust me, there's dust in there.
Unless the hammer's
You
involved.
open that thing up and bats come out. Listen to this. Mike Johnson, Democrats. Here it is.
Madam Speaker, how are you?
How are you, Chad?
Good. Good to see you. Do you support Leader Jeffrey's move to support the Speaker, the current Speaker, on the motion to table?
I support our leader. I think he's very much in touch with our caucus, and yes, I will support him.
What does this say about Speaker Johnson if he has to turn to the minority party to survive?
He doesn't have to turn to minorities. What the minority party is saying is we support the integrity of the House of Representatives, and we will not let it be littered by nonsense.
Anyone who denies that there's a uniparty, you just need to watch that. That is the Democrats are the minority party. Mike Johnson is so desperate not to get ousted, he's going to use the Democrats. Now, do I agree with Marjorie Taylor Greene ousting Mike Johnson? No. Because what are you going to replace him with? You already had Mike Johnson when you had Kevin McCarthy. What are you going to replace him with? Who the hell do you trust that can actually win the nomination that you think is going to represent conservatives? Dude, this is lost. Like, people are so looking to 2024 to flip the page. Nothing is going to flip the page until we get these people out. There's nothing's going to work. Nothing's going to change. Sure, inflation might go down a little bit. Sure, it's going to be fun to have Donald Trump in the White House. But do we actually think that anything's going to get done? Do we actually think that because there's resistance in the Republican Party, instead of actually fixing relationships with the Freedom Caucus, instead of negotiating with Eli Crane and MTG and Lauren Boebert and Chip Roy and working with them, instead, what do? You run to the Democrat Party? I'm done with these people. They're not going to do anything. They're not going to get anything done. So you've got Nancy Pelosi now endorsing Mike Johnson for Speaker. This is rich. There's nothing wrong with reaching across the aisle. But ignoring certain parts of your party and not addressing them and going and soliciting votes with the other side, yeah, that's not working across the aisle. That's working against the Republican Party to go ahead and save your job. I don't consider that to be working across the aisle. I believe it's giving. What does he think he has to trade for that? I'll tell you what he has to trade. Yeah, I'll tell you what he had to trade for it. How many billions of dollars to Ukraine? How many billions of dollars to Israel? How many billions of dollars to the Congo? And 12 other countries. And not one penny to the border. Not one penny to the wall. Not one penny to secure our own country, but pay for everybody else's border. Yeah, that's working across the aisle. No, that's antithetical to working for the United States of America. These are U.S. politicians. They are supposed to be working on our behest. They're not working for us. They're working for the Bank of Ukraine and the Bank of Israel. Give me a break. That's not working across the aisle. And I agree with you. I love the days of Gingrich. I love the days of Tip O'Neill. I respect that. There's nothing. There's nothing wrong with working across the aisle. That's not working across the aisle. Working across the aisle is to get legislation passed. They just passed a funding bill, a U.S. border bill that did nothing for the U.S. border. Yeah, I'm not okay with that. Liv, final words before you and I shove off.
JD had a question.
Yes.
It was much earlier in the show. So, JD, if you could ask the question
No,
again.
just
I don't know what it is.
I will. I'll do a search for it.
Okay.
See? Simple. Q. JD, you put a Q in front of it? No. Matt, oh, he did. Matt, I knew because Connor walked into my office space while I was working and was complaining about Roblox. I feel the pain. Matt, I think the hostages are non-existent. I think they haven't been breathing for a month. I think that's safe to assume. There's 5 remaining American hostages to my count. And the United States has a responsibility to go after them. And the only reason the United States would not be involved in going after them is because they're not alive. Was that the question he wanted?
I think so.
Republicans are this close to losing the House and making Hakeem Jeffries the speaker. This close. If we want to continue this, keep playing grab ass, because this is what it looks like. Folks, this is the Donut Friendly Show. If you have not had a chance, we need to get our kids new helmets and new bit guards.
Ethan's got an upcoming brain transplant, so we need all the help we can get with that.
Yep, and testosterone has now entered the equation, so we're in deep trouble. So if you do us a favor, linktapgo.com/thedumshow. If you'd like to donate to the show, you can. It's really a simple thing. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Put your own oxygen on first. We don't need the money that bad, but we do. So if you would not mind, if you have some extra, help us out. You like the show. You like what it brings up. Listen, people pay $15 a month for cable, for Netflix. I think we're more entertaining than Netflix. But
actually, Netflix just raised their prices.
yeah, so that's like $19.99.
That's the reason we don't have them anymore.
Absolutely. Folks, new show on the Donut Friendly Show. Please go like it so it continues to grow. Share us out. Please like this show. We're at 91 likes. I will not get off until it's over 100. Please.
Yes, Thomas, they need rubber brooms. We need to put bubbles in their rooms.
We're doing a date night. We're doing it now. Do me a favor. Please hit us with the likes. Get this thing over 100 before we jump off. We'll be on tomorrow night. Liv, walk us through what's going on tomorrow night. Hey, JD. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you so much. What is going on tomorrow night?
I know it's another show. I'm asking you.
That's another show.
Are you on, Liv?
Yes. I'm not on Thursday.
Amy's on Wednesday. You're on. So it'll be Estrogen, Grand Central Station here.
Oh, and I've got a very interesting topic for tomorrow.
Yeah, you do. So everyone needs to be here. If you have not been to thedumshow.com, you get some great shirts. Folks, we got some great quality of stuff coming. Do us a favor. Please stop by thedumshow.com. Use code DUM10 to save yourself 10%. We're going to have shoes. We're going to get mouse pads. And people wanted swimwear, bathing suits. We're doing it all.
Flip-flops.
We got flip-flops coming.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Stacy, let Matt know. Stacy, it's... Once again, I know, and we love you for it. We appreciate the donations every month. Nobody should feel pressure, right? We thank you guys. You're the best. We love you. When is Izzo coming on again?
I just asked that earlier.
Maybe we can get him on. I'm not going to have him on Wednesday because we're going to talk about girl stuff, and he'll just destroy the whole conversation and just ruin it for everybody. So we'll probably Friday or Thursday. Maybe a Friday night would be good to have him.
Friday. I'm off on Thursday.
Yeah, he doesn't have a life, so he should. he could swing by on Friday. So I was like, is he going to go out? I'm like, no, he's not going to go out. He's going to sit home. He's going to smoke a cigar in his smoking jacket with his bunny slippers, because that's what Izzo wears. He wears a red crushed velvet smoking jacket with black lapels and nothing but chest hair. Just wears that jacket. And then he wears a cheesecloth pajama bottom with a drawstring with bunny slippers, and he drinks a dirty martini with a half smoked stogie and his gold chain because he's Italian. That's what Izzo looks like. 24 in perpetual stasis. He looks like that. Yes, count likes on X. Say hello on X. Folks, 99. We're going to call it good. We'll see you. Hey, good luck to the Avalanche. Good luck to your hockey team as long as it's not the Dallas Stars. We'll see you tomorrow. Listen, I'm scared of Dallas. There's no doubt. Dallas is a tough team, but we're going to find out real quick how it goes. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. Smash that like button and appreciate you. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Y'all.
Good night.
Night.
Oh, go join the DUM Club, dumbclub.com. Go join it. It's awesome. Good night.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, Olivia, and Mike. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on the Spreely.tv network and all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.